less than an hour ago, the SEC released a press release. They are charging Trump's Truth Social, Trump's media company,
whatever the company is now,
whatever Trump's company, Trump's media company,
social media company.
The auditor. Remember we talked about the auditor 2 episodes ago, BF Borgers, and the partner, the only partner, Ben Borgers. They charged him and his firm with audit failures.
Not just audit failures, like massive fraud.
Yes. And they used words deliberate and systematic to describe it.
Yep.
And essentially, pretty much more than 1,500 SEC filings from January 2021 to June 2023.
That's crazy. It's 1,500 audits. And BF Borgers made up audit work papers. They updated dates on previous work papers, just rolled them forward, took the old ones, changed the dates. They documented non-existent planning meetings and reviews. The fraudulent practices affected 75%, at least 75% of the 369 public company clients of BF Borgers, leading to a significant number of non-compliant audits and reviews being incorporated into SEC filings. So we're talking about hundreds of public company audits that were fraudulent. And this went on for years.
He directed staff to do this. So he directed staff to do this. He didn't go to the sign-off. I've not worked on audit, but I guess the sign-off or engagement partner has to review things, figure out the risks, then sign off. They just fabricated that meeting even happened based on he's probably golfing. Who knows what he was doing, right? He just told them to have a meeting and document it.
It's incredible. Now, should we talk about the penalty? What is going to happen to the firm, BF Borgers CPA PC, and its owner, Benjamin F. Borgers? To settle these charges, BF Borgers agreed to pay a $12 million civil penalty, $12 million paid by the firm, and Benjamin Borgers agreed to pay a $2 million civil penalty. Both respondents also agreed to permanent suspensions from appearing and practicing before the commission as accountants effective immediately. So $14 million in fines across the firm and its owner. And really, that's just going to be its owner, I guess, right? Because
he's the sole partner, right?
He's the sole partner. And banned forever from public company audits. But there's no jail time. BF Borgers, or Ben Borgers, is going to walk away after this a free man.
This was a civil penalty settlement. So he settled and then did not admit or deny the SEC charges, of course, right? Just pay it, don't admit or deny.
So in our coverage of this in previous episodes, we referred to a video that Chris Vanover made from CPA Club detailing this. And Chris estimated that BF Borgers made millions of dollars from these audits. So I'm wondering, let's say Ben Borgers ends up paying $2 million. I mean, he could have easily made $2 million personally. And if the firm itself is charged with paying $12 million, does that flow through to him personally? I doubt it. Otherwise, why would they have a separate personal fine? So the firm, like the way I see this, is the firm's just going to go under. Borgers is going to disgorge the profits that he made, and so he's back where he started, which to me doesn't sound like much of a penalty.
And it sounds like, based on these fines, that there's way more money he was making than even Chris estimated before. Like, I'm guessing he's done pretty well. It's funny what they referred to him in the quote. So this is the quote from the director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement, Gruber S. Graywall. Ben Borgers and his audit firm, BF Borgers, were responsible for one of the largest wholesale failures by gatekeepers in our financial markets. ... Thanks to the painstaking work of the SEC staff, Borgers and his SHAM Audit mill have been permanently shut down. They called it a SHAM Audit mill.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah. So let's try to just imagine how much money this guy made. So it's 1,500 SEC filings for a period of 2 or 3 years. Let's say that each audit made, I mean, I don't know, what's the average audit fee? What if he charged $10,000 for an audit, right? Times 1,500. Okay, that's $15 million. So it's hard to imagine anyone charging less than $10,000 for an audit. I don't know. I'm not an auditor, but it just seems like that would be kind of the minimum. Anyone listening who knows better, let me know. But like that's 15 million. So the fine is less than the minimum he could have made. That's my problem with this. Like, I think it's great that, there is an actual fine and a penalty happening. Our criticism before was that he got fined, what, up to this point, like $65,000?
Let's talk about Trump, though, on this.
Okay. Right. That's why this is getting major news coverage, is because BF Borgers audited Trump's SPAC.
So I'm kind of just questions in my head, right? So did Trump's folks know that this guy was a audit mill scam? And there's some website, they did some Google searches and found him and then went to him because of that. Is there connections already? Or should Trump be pissed because he didn't know, and now Trump kind of got ripped off? He hired a guy that was a scam. He didn't know it. Or is it like, is Donald Trump just the most unlucky guy ever? He's always does things and gets involved with questionable people all the time.
I don't know, David. I feel like if you just wanted to get your audit done quick and dirty, this was the firm to do it, right? So...
And this goes back to what you talked about. I forgot the audit where they had like $400 million in the bank, but the bank statement only had like $50 in the bank.
The Tingo audit, yeah.
The Tingo audit. And that was it didn't pass the smell test. You went to the website, you saw it was a one partner firm. You're like, this doesn't pass the smell test. As soon as I brought up this guy's firm before we put it together, right, the story, I was like, this doesn't pass the smell test. It's a one person firm that did this audit.
It's amazing.
Nothing against people with one person firms. It's just...
You shouldn't be auditing multi-billion-dollar deals, right?
Yeah.
So this is progress, but I would like to see Borgers go to jail for this for years. Like this is a massive fraud. There should be penalties for the partners that do this kind of stuff. Chris Donnelly says, should his CPA license status be reviewed? I would hope so. I can't believe this guy gets to continue to practice as a CPA, All right, moving on.
Well, that was the agreement, right? The agreement was he can't do things for the SEC.
It's just the SEC.
Yeah, he can still practice as a CPA right now.
Yeah, this is a good point, Chris. That's our call to action for the Colorado Board of Accountancy is revoke this guy's license, right? Keep him out of the profession.